Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm CraftyDaze. My name is Lisa. I today am going to do a technique that I learned years ago. I'll let you know what my products are first. Taylor Expressions corrugated embossing folder, 2 leaf dies. You can do this with any shape. You could do it with circles, anything like that. These are the papers I'm going to be using, just some scraps out of the Family Ties paper pad, and you can use any paper. You know, you don't always have to, you don't have to use what I use, not always, but there's that. And then I'm going to use this sand as my background. This is cut at 4 by 5 1/4, and this little black pad is just there to keep it from the light from shining off that. Okay, I'm going to try to do a little voiceover here. I'm using the Creative Station sticker maker for all the leaves I cut. And I have all the scraps out ready to go. I need to just cut those so you guys kind of know how to cut on your machines. So I don't really have a lot to tell you about this, except I just cut 2 from each of the pieces of paper, and I had 4 different patterns. You can use any patterns. I just like to use some that are less busy and some that are busy. So I'll just kind of let you watch this part here. Okay, and I'm getting my sticker maker out now. You just want to make sure that when you put those in, you put them in face up. And when you get the area filled up, you kind of crank it through a little bit and then put your next ones in. You know, crank those a little bit further in. And with the magic of this little machine, you've got your leaf stickers. And the one reason I use this was because with this technique, you want there to be glue on the entire back part of this. And I burnished those on there to make sure that all the sticky got on them. And then I'm just going to randomly place those throughout the card front because you just kind of want to fill that area. You just don't want to overlap them, but you can put them just kind of as tight on there as you want, or, you know, put few on there. I kind of like to fill that area. I just think it looks better. Alrighty, and I got all those on. Now I'm gonna cut off the leaves that hang over because I don't want those to stick to my embossing folder here in a minute. And I decided to let everything stick to my scissors. So now I'm gonna press those down real good just to make sure they're all sticky and all stuck to that card real good. Then I'm gonna put them in that embossing folder from Tailored Expressions called corrugated, and then I have to get my plates out and run that through my machine again, and each machine is different, so it's kind of hard to tell you what sandwich you're going to put on here, but I'll run that through back and forth. And then when I take it out, it's turned out, I thought, so cool. Da, 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 da. All right. And now they're all stuck down. So it just kind of looks like it's part of the paper. And then that VersaFine brown I'm going to use to ink the edges of it, because of course I like to make it look kind of rough or rusticy looking, and just, you know, make it look old. All right, and I'm about done with that. Just got a little bit more. And then here in a minute, I'm going to clean that area off, because I did probably get some ink on that glass mat. So I don't want that to get all over everything else. Okay, and I'm going to cut this piece to fit the entire card front at 4¼ and then at 5½. I'm showing you that there on the ruler. That way it'll just have a little bit of a frame around it. You don't need a whole lot of the brown, but I think that really brings out that rusticy look. I don't know if rusticy is a real word or not, but then I'm going to bring out some baker's twine and the big blue roll of tape that I get from my sister's Amazon account. She just gets a little extra money from that. It doesn't cost you anything. If you want to go over to her channel, call me Crafty Al, and you can go to her, like I said, Amazon account, and they have different widths of that. So I put the foam tape on, and then I'm going to take that twine and wrap it around the card like 5 times. I always do everything in odd numbers. They say that's more pleasing to the eye, and it kind of got away from me. And then I'll get my Scotch glue gun and put some tape on the back, so or some glue on the back, so I can glue those down so they don't move. And then I'm gonna take off the backing of the tape. So I'm going to come back here in a minute and show you my boo-boo. I have a Band-Aid on. I somehow nipped my finger when I was cutting that blue tape and just didn't want to get blood on my card, so I thought I'd better go get a Band-Aid. But I'm okay, just so you know. Then I'm going to go ahead and use my Versamark ink, the brown, and I'm going to stamp it on the same sand that I use for the background. And then I'm going to get my leaf die and go ahead and cut it out of that. And I'll just let the music play right now so you can watch how long it takes me to get that placed how I like it. I'm also going to ink the edges of that leaf just to make it stand out, and of course go with the background since I kind of made it a little more rustic looking. So I ink all those edges, and then of course I get out my big blue roll of tape one more time, and I'm gonna put that on to pop that up off the back of my card, or not off the back, off the front of my card. That way it stands out just a little bit more. And those are honeybee gems. I just love all the colors. I think that one was a fall one. I can't remember the name of it. A fall set, I should say. I didn't nip my finger there, so that's a good thing. Also on that blue roll of tape, if I have any little pieces left, I just lay them on that roll of tape because they seem to stay pretty good and not stick too bad, and just pull it off and use it when I need it. So I'm going to place 5 of these gems on my card. The first 3 went down pretty good, and then I got to that 5th one, 4th one maybe, and 5th one, and just could not figure out where I wanted that one to go. You'll see here in a second I put it in about 30 different places on my card, and still not real happy with where it was placed, but it's okay because it's a pretty color and pretty gems. I just want to thank you guys for watching. That is the end of my card. I'm just going to kind of show you what I used one more time. Honeybee gems, CNC designs, stamps, tailored expressions, corrugated embossing folder, VersaFine ink, and some brown twine. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day and hope to see you again soon.